you don't want your saddle giving you high fives on your backside. Back in early 2018, I had just started making videos. Full time meant 12 hours a week at the time. I was selling old bikes to hire filmers and help pay for childcare so I could actually get those 12 hours in the first place. But opportunities came up one at a time. And one of the first opportunities is one I definitely did not want to say no to. It was with these guys, JKW Components. They're based down in Seattle, Aaron and Emily Curson, and they run a pretty cool company. Sweet. Today's a special day because today, the Loam Dropper is coming out. The seat post looks pretty cool. It's a 200 millimeter drop. It's externally adjustable without tools all the way down to 125 mils. Right here, you can see the collar's a little bit smaller. And then down here at the bottom, you can see there's about 10 millimeters more clearance past the actuator than the previous model. And it still retains the same toolless travel adjust system. This is pretty cool. Right here, I'm running the Rainier IR on my Rocky Mountain Altitude. I'm gonna swap that out today for the new Loam Dropper. Retail price is 200 bucks. And if you can't fit the whole thing, it's no big deal. You can just adjust it. Let's throw the new Loam Dropper on here. And then tomorrow, I wanna ride some special trails on the new setup. Let's jump into it. I got this nifty little stand at the Restore, and it was $15. These little wheel chalk stands are pretty handy when it comes to swapping seat posts or adjusting handlebars. Somehow I haven't gotten a single comment yet as to how mangled a dropper cable is. The little cap came off while flying to Alaska. So hopefully I can fix that today. Who wants to stab their finger on the cable? Don't all jump at once. I'm riding a 2021 Rocky Mountain Altitude. I had to fit a 190 drop seat post on this previously with the older generation. Now, with the Loam Dropper, I'm able to fit a full, proper 200 millimeters of drop in there. I'm able to do that because the collar is a little bit smaller. Now, I can actually remove this collar and adjust the travel should I need to limit it down to 190 in case this is too tall for me to sit on and get proper pedal extension. Bikes with modern geometry like this Rocky Mountain with a real steep seat tube angle end up with the saddle pretty high above the ground. So a long drop seat post makes a lot of sense on these more new school bikes. They also make sense if you like to jump a whole bunch, if you ride really steep terrain. And if you have a really slack head tube angle, you're gonna need to ride that bike standing up out of the saddle. If you're gonna ride standing up, you don't want your saddle giving you high fives on your backside. So you want a lot of drop. 170 is kind of the shortest drop that I like to go to these days. I get really bummed when new bikes show up with 125 or even 150 drop posts. First world problems. The new post comes in a 30.9, 31.6, and 34.9 diameter. Take your pick. It costs 200 bucks. I've got a link to them over at the P&W sites in the YouTube description below. Anything you purchase from those guys will directly help support my channel. Thanks in advance. P&W is a bunch of good dudes and gals. Let me know in the comments below, what kind of dropper do you have on your bike? I'm curious to see. I bet a handful of you already have P&W droppers, and I bet some of you have some other ones, which is fine. There's a lot of good options out there. It's been fun hanging out, chatting bikes. I gotta skedaddle. I'm working on my van, doing a massive renovation before a bit of a trip, which I'll tell you all about in a future video. All right, guys. Peace. Talk to you later.